Hello, Joe here from Infiniti of Tacoma. Today I'm going to tell you about this gorgeous 2020 Infiniti QX50 that we have for sale. This one's in beautiful shape inside and out, one owner clean Carfax. It was a recent trade-in, only 6,954 miles at the time of making this video. Very well equipped with features. And 2020 is a great year for the QX50 because in 2019 it got a complete ground-up redesign. And in 2020, it got some more improvements. It got an upgraded display system of a crisper, higher resolution display. And for the first time in Infiniti products, you have the availability of Apple CarPlay and Andriod Auto. I know a lot of people like those features, and now for 2020, you have it on the QX50. We have the original build sheet on this one, $53,200 original MSRP. It's not loaded, but it's probably more towards the loaded end versus the strippy end. A base QX50 starts around $40,000. The loaded one's like close to $58,000. So like I said, it's more towards the loaded end. Sensory all-wheel drive gives you lots of nice standard equipment. We have LED signature daytime running lights, LED fog lights. We have a power rear liftgate, rain sensing front windshield wipers, remote engine start. We have dual power seats. We have a front and rear parking sensors, intelligent cruise control, so that's adaptive cruise control. We have an adaptive front lighting system, so the headlights will steer into the corners for better nighttime visibility. We have hill start assist, active trace control will brake individual wheels to help the vehicle rotate a little bit better through corners. Then we have a navigation system, automatic collision notification, and emergency call. We have a Bose 16 speaker performance series audio system with HD radio. Series eyes free technology. We have a Wi-Fi hotspot that will require for the Wi-Fi hotspot that will require like a subscription-based service. It's not free. Then we have a Bluetooth hands-free phone system with audio streaming and Infiniti voice recognition, and then we have active noise cancellation. So just like noise canceling headphones where they will send sound waves to cancel out ambient noise, well, it works the same way with a car's audio system. So it can send audio waves through the vehicle's speakers in the audio system, and that will cancel out the sound waves, creating ambient noise for a little bit quieter ride. Really cool technology there. We have predictive forward collision warning, forward emergency braking with pedestrian detection. We have an around view monitor for moving object detection, high beam assist, lane departure warning, lane departure prevention, blind spot warning, blind spot prevention, rear automatic braking, rear cross traffic alert. And those are some of the big ticket features. Of course, if you want to peruse all the bells and whistles, we can print you out a copy or email you one if you want to look it over yourself. This one is originally sold at our sister store, Infiniti of Bellevue. It's been serviced and checked by our Infiniti certified techs. Obviously not too much to do with only 6,000 miles. I don't even think it's ready for its first oil change yet. I think the first oil change on this one's 10,000 because they use full synthetic with that turbo engine. We have a big panoramic roof. Instead of just a glass roof panel like our smaller QX30, this one actually opens. It opens a little bit further. I just don't have time to go all the way. And then we have a power sunshade too that dim things down if it gets too bright. Universal garage door opener, CVT transmission to maximize performance and efficiency, offering an almost infinite amount of gear ratios, keyless ignition with push button start. Then we talked a little bit about our dual display system. The top screen is for the parking camera and navigation, and you can also change views. The bottom screen is a tablet-like interface for vehicle settings and app. You can also access the drive mode selector here, make changes to the engine and transmission. You can make changes to the steering effort. Active trace control, as I mentioned, will brake individual wheels to help the vehicle rotate a little bit better through corners. You can shut that system on or off. Active engine braking gives you a little bit more aggressive engine braking. And basically what engine braking is when you take the vehicle, when you take your foot off the gas, the vehicle naturally slows down from the drag of the driveline. Well, that just makes it a little bit more aggressive with the active engine braking. Steering wheel paddle shifter, so you can take control of the gear changes. It's a CVT, so it doesn't have traditional gears, but I think it's 8 simulated ratios it can generate for performance driving. Nice big screen, so you have analog gauges on the left and right. Then you have this nice center screen where you can kind of pick and choose what information you want to show up. Lots of different choices there, as you can see. Really nice color combination in silver on black. The QX50 is a compact luxury crossover. Very hotly contested market. Very good competition in this segment. So Infiniti definitely had to bring their A game when they redesigned the QX50, and I think they certainly did. Beautiful styling, beautiful curvaceous body. The front end styling is kind of reminiscent of our beautiful Q50 and Q60 coupe and sedan. And really stylish. You have that efficient variable compression engine. A really cool dual display system. The second row seats, they slide back and forth. They recline. So even though it's considered a compact, it's not too compact on the inside. I'm 6'2". I had that front seat adjusted for my height. Plenty of legroom, headroom back here. We also have rear climate control, so there's one zone in the back. Then you have dual zone in the front. We have the integrated sunshades. Those are good for the youngsters. Power rear liftgate. You can see we have all season mats and regular floor mats. We have a cargo area protector. A little bit extra storage down in there. Cargo area cover to keep things out of prying eyes. And of course you can remove that if you want to fold down the seats for more cargo space. You fold them down with these levers right there. Here's some great promotions going on. Complimentary delivery up to 250 miles of our mobile delivery service. We can put this on our car hauler, print up all the paperwork, bring it to your house. You can take it for a spin, make sure you like it, sign all the paperwork, and this beautiful QX50 can be all yours without having to leave your neighborhood. Also for 2020, we have a different alloy wheel design on the QX50 as well. These really look beautiful. This has the upgraded wheel and tire package versus the standard ones. I think it looks a little bit better with that upgraded wheel and tire package. Beautiful front end styling, like I said, reminiscent of the Q50, Q60. Infiniti went to great lengths to really make this a beautiful, stylish vehicle. Look at the curves and creases in the hood. Also notice the clamshell design on the hood. So where the hood meets the fender, usually there's kind of an unsightly line. Like if you look over on this car right here, you kind of have a line, you know, where the fender meets the hood. But on the QX50, with the clamshell design, the line integrates into, you know, where the hood meets the fender, integrates into the actual body line, flowing all the way back to the rear quarters of the vehicle. So a lot of thought went into making this a very good looking vehicle. When you deal with these crossover SUVs, it's kind of like a big egg or jelly bean on wheels. So it's not as easy to make streamlined and cool and sexy and beautiful like a coupe or sedan. So you really have to work a little bit harder. But I think Infiniti definitely achieved that goal, especially in the front end styling. It is really a beautiful automobile. And then one of the best parts is the variable compression turbo engine. This is pioneering technology by Infiniti. They love to pioneer in technology. One of the first overhead cameras, one of the first adaptive front lighting system, and they've been working on this technology for 20 years. Finally, after 20 years, it got to the point where they felt confident enough to be put into a production automobile, and the QX50 was the first production car to have this variable compression turbo engine. And still really is one of the only ones. Now they offer this in the Nissan Altima as well. But for the most part, we only see this engine in the QX50. So the way a variable compression works is it can mechanically change the compression ratio on the fly. So if you're just cruising along on some back roads or just cruising along on the highway, the car can tell you don't need all that power, and it's going to calibrate the vehicle to be more fuel efficient. So it'll change that compression ratio to a 14:1 compression ratio, which will make the engine operate in the most efficient manner it can. But let's say you have the drive mode selector in sport mode, or you're mashing on the gas, the car can tell you want to do some performance driving. Well, it can quickly change that compression ratio to an 8:1 compression ratio, which will give you maximum output, 268 horsepower and 280 pound-feet of torque. In fact, that's more torque than the naturally aspirated 3.7 liter V6 it replaces, even though it's a small 2 liter 4-cylinder engine. So very powerful, and it's also one of the most fuel efficient vehicles in its class. This one also has intelligent all-wheel drive, great for the wet, slippery weather we have here in the Pacific Northwest. Thanks so much for watching this video. Hope to see you soon, and have a wonderful day.